Okay, so this is a wild seedling of Rubus occidentalis, so black raspberry. Now, unlike the Saskatoon, the Rubus occidentalis, when it's a seedling, it has a lot of seeds and it's not that great to eat. It's a little sour, the fruit's smaller, and it doesn't, well, it produces all right, but it's not the ideal kind of fruit you want to bring. But it's not bad.
So how are you going to improve it, Nick?
You can improve it by having breeding objectives. So for example, if I was going to breed these guys, I'd probably want them to be a bit bigger and a bit sweeter and less seedy. So you do that by growing tons of these and seeing genetic differences. Like even if you look here through the brambles, you'll see that some, because black raspberries don't sucker, you'll see that some have genetic differences. Like this cane here is significantly larger than this one here. And even from tasting it, this one is better. But some of the cultivated ones that we're going to be showing in the next video is much better to eat.
Okay, here we are at the selections of black raspberries that we've made from the wild black caps that Nick showed you earlier. The reason I placed them here was we have two black walnut trees on either side, and they give off a root exudant that's called juglones, and really very little can grow underneath a black walnut tree, and I wanted to show that these black raspberries actually do very well in the shade of a black walnut tree, as well as they can resist the juglones given off by the roots. So what I did is put down some chips because it's heavy clay soil here, and that's not very good for any kind of berry. And just to show you the size of the berry compared to the ones we looked at earlier, you'll see here that they're probably 3 to 4 times in size of the wild black caps, and some years they're even bigger than this. This year it's been a little bit watery and a little bit less sun than normal, so they haven't sized up. But the flavor, the texture, the lack of seediness makes this a much better fruit than the wild black caps that we saw earlier. The other thing is that when you plant the black raspberries, you may notice that some indigenous plants become adapted to the shade of the black raspberry. If you look, we have daylilies there growing up on their own. These have edible tubers in the bottom. So basically what you see here is a type of permaculture guild where we have the tall trees, black walnuts, with the shade-loving black raspberries, and then the root tubers down there in the ground. So you essentially have 3 levels harvesting the sun's energy, and this is what we call a guild in permaculture.